Hey guys, another quick video. This one is really important. Probably the most important video I ever made because this is from trial and error. Something I learned through trial and error, and I wish I had listened because I heard this before, but I hadn't really listened and applied it when I was younger. When I started weightlifting. The mistake I made, I started weightlifting when I was like 16, 17, but I wasn't really bodybuilding. I was just lifting weights, going to the gym, picking up weights, just trying to and so much. So I didn't know anything about dieting, nutrition. I really got serious into bodybuilding and started dieting and eating right 13 weeks ago, as you can see in my transformation videos. Prior to that, I was just going to the gym, slacking. I'll go, then I'll take breaks, and I was very inconsistent. From 16 to 22, I was just wasting my time. Sometimes I take 6 months off from the gym, a year off. So my gains were very inconsistent. One mistake that I used to make is my ego got in the way. When you go to the gym, you want to lift all these heavy weights and you think, yeah, man, I gotta lift heavy to get stronger. You're not Ronnie Coleman. You don't have those genetics, right? People that have what I call Kunta Kinte genetics, watch my videos on that. They could lift light or heavy weights and they'll still get gains. But people like me and you, like I used to be an endomorph when I was growing up. I'm not gonna show you pictures. Don't even ask me. It's embarrassing. But anyway, people would have Puvy genetics, right? Like me and you. Chances are you have Puvy genetics if you're watching the video. But if you don't have great Ronnie Coleman genetics and you like me, you don't want to be lifting all these heavy weights because the way you're gonna stimulate your Puvy genetic muscles and my Puvy genetic muscles is by contracting the muscle fully. You can't do that with heavy weights. For example, take the bench press, right? I used to bench a lot. I used to bench, 225, when I was 20, 19. And I'm only 5'8" and 150 pounds, so, to me that's considered a lot. But I wasn't getting no gains in my chest. What was happening is I realized the weight was so heavy, I just kept, going through the motion. I wasn't really contracting my chest on the way up or on the way down. My tricep was taking, most of the load. So at the end of the day, instead of having 100% or 80% to 100% load and pressure on your chest, that pressure and that weight is distributed throughout your triceps and your chest. So at the end of the day, you only get like a small percentage workout for your chest and your tricep, and it's really bad because you gain strength, but you won't see any definition or any growth on your chest. You want to isolate your chest. Even with the bench press, even though it's a compound movement, you want to do it slow and controlled. You want to push the weight up with your chest instead of just your arms. You can't do that with heavy weights. And sometimes you gotta, drop the weight and just control the movement. Same thing with back. I used to do a lot of back exercises, right? And at first I had this huge, back. I had a lot of growth in my back because I was actually doing the exercises right. When you start off lifting, you can't go heavy when you first doing a back exercise. You gotta start light because you could barely do 2 pull-ups, So I had to start light, and my back was growing. And you know how they say, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Well, I'll try to fix something that wasn't broken. I was like, fuck it, let me increase the weight now since I'm used to this exercise. I increased the weight, just started doing jerking movements. All the growth in my back stopped. Why? My back wasn't doing the work no more. My arms were. When your body gets to a point where the weight is too heavy and you're pushing it, the body switches gears and tries to recruit all those secondary muscles to try to come in. So you're doing 12 reps. You're thinking, man, that's a good back workout. I'm pumped. Your back can't do shit. Your back was like, kind of like had a condom over it. It was being protected by your arms. And that's where your body's going to try to fight with you. When you try to focus on a body part, your body's going to try to fight with you. I said, no. You ripping muscle fibers. That's bad. Let's get some help from the other muscle groups. And you're like, no, bitch. That's the whole point. Forget the other muscle groups. I'm focusing on back. That's why you have to do slow, controlled movements, which you can only achieve with light weight. Forget about your ego, man. Trust me. If I had kept doing moderate weight, like when I first started doing back, my lats would have been so huge. Another bad thing about doing heavy weights is, if you're not on the juice, of course, you put cuts on your body faster than your body can recover. People say, well, I'm just going to do this and rest 1 day or 2 days and go back to the gym. Well, by the time you hit the next body part, the other one hasn't done recovery because the weight that you used was so heavy. Instead of having small cuts in your muscle fibers, you have these huge, almost gashes, right? That require a lot more amino acids and testosterone, to speed up the recovery process. And since you're not on the juice, and I'm almost guaranteed if you're watching this video and you like me, you probably still struggling to get you 6 meals a day. Let's be honest. It's hard. We go a lot of days without eating our 6 meals and getting our calorie surpluses and our proteins. So you already have that handicap. Then the handicap of being natural, and now you go ahead and try to work out as if you're eating 6 meals and you're on steroids. Of course you're not gonna see any gains. Your body's just gonna overtrain and just shut down. Your body's gonna say fuck it. You pushing me to the limit. I'm trying to keep up with your bitch ass, but you keep loading more weight on the fucking plate. Just because you could push it doesn't mean I could handle it. You know what I'm saying? And you have all these cuts in your body that don't have enough time to recover. Because 2 days after you're hitting the next body part and you're putting more cuts on that body, and then it's like a cycle. Your body's like, fuck it, overload. I can't do it no more. Now you build some muscle your damn self. I'm not working with you. You don't want that to happen. Light, I won't say super light, but like pick a weight that you could do 10 to 12 reps on, 10 to 15 if you can, depending on the body part. Legs I do 20 to 25, but and I noticed the most growth when I actually do that, because I rate my muscle fibers. Don't get me wrong, but it's not too big to the point where I would need 8 meals a day to repair it. I work out according to my dieting and the foods that I eat. If you make sure you work out, make sure your workout and your nutrition go hand in hand. Don't eat 3-4 meals a day of junk and work out as if you were eating 6 meals a day and was on the juice. It just doesn't add up. That's why you're like, man, I've been doing these exercises for so long, I don't see no results. Maybe if you just decrease the weight, give your body time to rest, get your 8 hours of sleep, work out smart instead of like a dumbass, like a Jimmy Struthers, you probably see some results, And yeah, another thing I wanted to mention was, another handicap. We don't eat our 6 meals, and we don't even get our 8 hours of sleep most of the time, and we expect to build muscle without the juice. It's not gonna happen. I know it's hard when you watch your favorite bodybuilder and you see his workout and you want to copy his workout. Oh, he's doing 4 sets of this, 4 sets of this. You're not taking what he's taking. You're not eating what he's eating. Use a scale. It's kind of like when you're mapping and things are being, using a legend and they scale it down to the size of, a piece of paper. You want to scale, right? If he's doing 4 sets of this, you gotta understand he's eating all those calories and all those proteins and taking all these supplements. You want to scale it down to your level, so you keep the proportions even. People that take math don't understand what I'm talking about. So remember, go to the gym, isolate the muscle, focus on the muscle. Don't just when you're doing this, your triceps are doing all the fucking work, not your shoulders. When you jerking, with your front raises and your side lateral raises, you're using your back, this, all kinds of shit. Control the movements, focus on the negatives, pick a lightweight, Look at Arnold, man. Look at the weights Arnold used to use. He could lift way more than that, but he was using those small weights because he knew the importance of contracting the muscle fibers, isolating them, focusing on them. So that's what you need to, that's what we actually need to focus on. And since I started doing that, I've noticed great gains, on my body. I'm starting to get my tricep a little more developed than it used to be. I hate the fact that I'm lifting lighter weights, but I'm getting results. I used to do shoulder presses with 70-pound dumbbells. That's how strong I was when I was 17, 18. 70-pound dumbbells. Now I got injured doing that shit. Go figure. Because I just kept putting those cuts on my shoulders that I wasn't eating enough meals to repair. So my shoulder finally gave out. Now I can only do about 50, 55. That's like almost 20 pounds. So I learned from that. So be careful out there. Lift the weight that you can control. Remember the whole, ratio between your nutrition and your workouts. If you know you're not going to eat your 6 meals to recover, don't work out like an animal. And if you do work out like an animal, make sure you eat your meals. And yeah. That's it.